Emerald Fennell's reimagining of Wuthering Heights arrives as one of the most anticipated cinematic events of 2026, not only because it revisits one of literature's greatest love stories, but because it does so through the vision of a filmmaker known for boldness, audacity and emotional precision. With Warner Brothers Pictures backing the project and an exceptional creative team assembled around Fennell, the film promises to be a fierce, sensorial and deeply modern take on Emily Bronte's masterpiece. At the center of this new adaptation are two of the most electrifying performers of their generation, Margot Robbie as Kathy and Jacob Elordi as Heathcliff, whose intense chemistry and raw emotionality bring fresh life to characters who have haunted readers' imaginations for nearly 2 centuries. In this version, Fennell doesn't merely translate Bronte's text to the screen, she reinterprets it, shaping the narrative through a lens that embraces both the Gothic romance and the psychological descent that define its core. The announced vision is one that leans into the novel's sensuality and violence, exploring the ways love can transform, consume and destroy. Robbie's Kathy is described as passionate, unpredictable and maddeningly magnetic, a woman torn between desire and duty. Elordi's Heathcliff is poised to be a force of nature, feral, charming, wounded and dangerous. Their connection, which begins as something tender and fragile, evolves into a volatile obsession, and Fennell's filmmaking aims to capture that descent with beauty, brutality and emotional truth. Robbie's involvement is particularly exciting given her reputation for fully embodying complicated and emotionally charged characters. Known for roles that combine vulnerability with sharp-edged complexity, she seems a natural fit for Kathy's contradictions. Kathy must be at once fierce and fragile, loving and destructive, and few performers today can navigate that duality with Robbie's precision. Opposite her, Jacob Elordi steps into one of literature's most iconic roles, and for an actor whose recent performances have blended charisma with menace, Heathcliff offers the perfect canvas to push deeper into darkness and emotional extremity. His physical presence, emotional intensity and ability to tap into brooding internal conflict make him a casting choice that feels both unexpected and inevitable. Supporting the central duo is an impressive ensemble that elevates the film's prestige even further. Oscar nominee Hong Chow brings her natural gravitas and subtle emotional layering to the cast, ensuring that even the film's quieter moments resonate with power. Shazad Latif and Alison Oliver add further dimension to the character dynamics, each known for performances that combine sensitivity with emotional potency. The presence of BAFTA winner Martin Clunes and acclaimed emerging talent Ewan Mitchell rounds out a lineup that promises depth, texture and exceptional chemistry across the board. Behind the camera, Fennell collaborates once again with several of the artists who helped shape the look and feel of her previous work. Cinematographer Linus Sandgren, whose work has earned both Oscar and BAFTA recognition, returns to craft an atmosphere of windswept landscapes, haunting interiors and emotionally charged close-ups. Sandgren's visual style is known for its bold contrast and immersive textures, making him the ideal partner to translate the Yorkshire moors into something both timeless and unsettlingly immediate. His ability to blend naturalistic lighting with heightened emotional visual language suggests that this adaptation will be as visually striking as it is emotionally devastating. Production designer Susie Davies, whose nomination credentials speak to her meticulous attention to detail and world-building expertise, will have the enormous task of creating a setting that feels both historically grounded and symbolically expressive. The world of Wuthering Heights is not merely a backdrop, it is a character in its own right. Davies' work promises to capture the decay, beauty and claustrophobic intensity of the estates and landscapes that shape the characters' fates. Editor Victoria Boydell, known for her sharp instincts and ability to sustain emotional tension, will be essential in weaving together the film's shifting tones, from tender romance to psychological collapse. Casting director Carmel Cochran's involvement ensures that every role, no matter how small, is filled with performers who bring authenticity and emotional truth to their characters. The score, composed by BAFTA nominee Anthony Willis, is expected to be both sweeping and unsettling, capturing the feverish emotional world Fennell aims to explore. Adding an unexpected contemporary twist is the inclusion of original songs by Charlie XCX, whose avant-pop sensibilities are likely to give the film a bold, modern energy without compromising its emotional depth. Costume design, entrusted to Oscar and BAFTA winner Jacqueline Duran, will play a significant role in shaping the characters' identities. Duran is known not only for historical accuracy but for finding ways to express character psychology through fabric, texture and silhouette. Her costumes will undoubtedly reflect Kathy and Heathcliff's evolution, the innocence of youth, the unraveling of their emotional worlds and the societal constraints that entangle them. The film is produced by a powerhouse team including Fennell herself, Josie McNamara and Margot Robbie, with Tom Ackerley and Sarah Desmond serving as executive producers. With Lucky Chap Entertainment involved, a company known for championing bold, genre-defying projects, the production seems primed to deliver something daring, original and emotionally fearless. What sets this adaptation apart is its commitment to exploring the destructive nature of love without flinching. Wuthering Heights has always been a story of extremes, passion pushed to its limits, jealousy twisting into cruelty, love warping into obsession. Many film adaptations have softened its edges in an attempt to make its characters more palatable or romantic, but Fennell's version appears determined to embrace the rawness that made Bronte's novel a literary shockwave. In Fennell's hands, the story becomes a study in human desire and the emotional wounds that drive people to hurt the ones they love most. The decision to cast Robbie and Elordi also signals a portrayal of Kathy and Heathcliff not as romantic ideals, but as deeply flawed, deeply human and deeply entangled individuals. Their performances will likely lean into the messy emotional truth of the story, portraying love not as a fairy tale but as something powerful enough to transform and destroy. Fennell's previous films have shown her ability to navigate the interplay between tenderness and brutality, and here she seems prepared to push that contrast to its extreme. This adaptation also promises to explore class, trauma and identity with contemporary nuance. Heathcliff's outsider status, often softened or simplified in past versions, may receive deeper, more painful interrogation, particularly with Elordi bringing his intensity to the role. Kathy's internal conflict, torn between societal expectations and the pull of her own desires, is likely to be presented with modern emotional clarity. Fennell's writing often exposes the hidden darkness beneath polite society, and Wuthering Heights gives her ample material to critique the structures that shape people's choices and their suffering. Visually, the film will likely be a feast of mood and atmosphere. The Yorkshire moors, with their sweeping winds and desolate beauty, are central to the emotional landscape of the story. With Sandgren behind the camera, viewers can expect imagery that feels both epic and intimate, wide shots of storm-lashed fields set against close-ups that capture the smallest flickers of emotion. Fennell's approach to color, light and symbolism will almost certainly result in a film that is as visually memorable as it is narratively gripping. The addition of contemporary musical elements through Charlie XCX's original songs suggests that the film may blend period drama with a modern sensibility, creating emotional textures that resonate with today's audiences. This blend of classic and contemporary may become one of the film's defining features, much like the way Baz Luhrmann reshaped historical storytelling with modern music in Moulin Rouge. Or Romeo plus Juliet, but with Fennell's distinct tonal sharpness and emotional precision guiding the way. With Warner Brothers Pictures and MRC behind the release, the film is positioned for major global attention. The February 13, 2026 theatrical release date hints at a desire to frame it both as an awards season contender and as a dark, romantic epic timed near Valentine's Day, though this is no traditional love story. International rollout beginning shortly afterward ensures that the film will reach audiences worldwide while buzz is at its peak. Ultimately, this new, Wuthering Heights, looks to be not merely another adaptation, but a reinvention, a daring artistic statement from a filmmaker unafraid to embrace the novel's wildness, passion and madness. With a stellar cast, an award-winning creative team and a director known for taking risks that pay off, the film promises to be both visually stunning and emotionally shattering. Fans of literary classics, contemporary cinema and bold storytelling alike have reason to anticipate an unforgettable cinematic experience.